The following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
I got it. Yeah,
I got it.
Oh, it is a Tuesday morning. Welcome into the Sportsocracy. I'm Tank Spencer. Brian Haynes is here. Jeremy Greene's here as well. A little technological problems here. We're a little confused about the guy who knows nothing about technology trying to do technological things, and this guy over here who knows the technology has no technology at his disposal at the moment.
Yeah, today's show is brought to you by the letter F. Yeah. You know what F stands for? Fucking go! Go, computer, go! This is not happening.
You need a wipe for the spittle there. Is that okay? Welcome in. It was a great Memorial Day weekend. I hope everybody had a good one. Lots of going and doings for me. Yes, I sickened everyone next to the pool for 3 days. So no, that's not true. Actually, I got into the pool on Friday and went, oh shit. I think we're gonna wait a couple weeks because that pool was a little chilly.
Yeah, it's not like chilly. It's been 90 degrees. It ended up being like 65 degrees this weekend. What kind of shit is that?
Right, and the temperature in the pool is the same temperature as outside. Yeah, it was great. It was great. A great weekend.
Thanks. Yeah, great.
I watched 78 episodes of Friends.
Yeah.
Literally, I counted.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was literally 78. Made it through 3 full seasons and started the 4th.
Just full on naked in a beanbag eating Cheetos, watching Friends.
Well, my wife's never seen Friends. I did not know that. I cannot believe
thing ever.
that I actually met the only person that has never watched Friends. Yeah. And it is tremendous. Because she looked at me the other day and said, Does Chandler get married at some point? Because she keeps telling me that I remind her of Chandler, which I don't know how I feel about that. But she said that and I went, you don't know the answer to that?
You do have a quality.
He's more like Miss Chandler Bong than anything else.
Miss Chandler Bong. 18 pages, front and back. I'm just in a mood to yell.
Well, I'm glad you were able to get some binge watching done this weekend.
We didn't get off the couch. It was very pleasant.
Yeah.
All of the going that you two had going on, that just sounds fucking awful. Every bit of it.
The entire day yesterday.
Yeah, we were just getting shit done. Kids with birthday parties to go to, and neighborhood cookouts. God almighty, Brian. Again, you have one job. God.
I didn't need a reason to drink today, but goddamn, I'm glad I got one.
It started off fantastic, didn't it?
Oh, this has been a good.
Holy hell!
Good
all right,
morning.
let's get into some of the shit that happened over the weekend.
Yeah, that'd be nice
here.
so they can actually hear me talk now. Hey guys,
we are live. We are live in the Wicked Weed studio. WickedWeedBrewing.com. Drink different. The Sportsocracy. Find us, like us, share us on all the social medias. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Check out the Patreon. To patreon.com/thesportsocracy. We got one series that's over. We have 3 other series that are damn near over.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brian.
Yeah, the Knicks suck.
Bud.
Memories like the color of my mind.
Julius Randle has decided that. Hey, I had a good season. Why don't I just go ahead and just fuck off the rest of them?
I mean, eventually Julius Randle was going to become Julius Randle again.
Oh my God.
The way we were.
Trey Young and the Atlanta Hawks just one win away from taking home moving on to the next round. And you got Philadelphia, their one win away as well. Now they got Joel Embiid getting an MRI today. We'll see what's in store for the knee. They're not going
the knee, but he was holding his back.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's one half. What is half a dozen of one, 6 of the other?
6 one way, half a dozen the other.
Yeah, that's the one.
Mouth, words, memory, times.
Yep, exactly.
Brooklyn's getting ready to close this thing out against Boston, even though Boston did come up with a pretty dominating win.
Well,
over the weekend.
They actually did it by accident.
A gentleman's sweep,
They were trying to throw it in the crowd, and it just kept going in the basket. It was weird. I've never seen anything like it.
Donovan Mitchell turned it on last night, 30 points in a win win over the Memphis Grizzlies as Utah goes up 3-1 on them. And then, surprise, surprise, we got an even series with the Clippers and the Mavs, the Portland Trailblazers, and your 2021 NBA champion Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
14 wins away.
Still 14. We're holding steady at 14. And then a tied series between the Phoenix Suns and the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Jeremy's back. AD got hurt.
Baby.
AD gets hurt, and now everything changes.
Yeah, his eyebrow hurt.
Yeah. And now it's back to the Lakers can't win without AD.
No.
AD's eyebrow hurt. I mean, it's just what he does. That dude, I swear to God, would get hurt wiping his own ass. I have never seen a human. You remember that? I shared this on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, at Greene ESPN, there was on SpongeBob. You both have children, so you might remember this. The guy that was in the full body cast, and he said, "My bones are made of glass, and my skin is made of paper." I might have shared that a bunch of times. Got yelled at a time or two.
Yeah.
AD does have a tendency to get hurt. We all know this.
It's like saying I have a tendency to get drunk. When it happens all the time?
Right. But they're saying he may be able to go tonight in Game 5. More likely, he'll be available for Game 6.
Yeah, when the Phoenix Suns are 1 game away from putting away the LA Lakers.
Yep, backs are going to be against the wall with a 3-2 deficit.
Especially
in this
when we'll
series.
have to go back to Phoenix for Game 7, and then
and Jeremy's already gloating.
and I can't wait to hear the fucking trifle that will come pouring out of his fucking mouth hole after he fucking picked it right after going back and forth.
Yeah.
And he was a genius.
I was on the right side of this thing, but then
I
Anthony Davis.
knew that AD was going to get hurt.
Are you not entertained?
Kind of a cheapy win there. It's going to be for all.
Of course it is, because it was me. So of course, I just keep doing this shit. I'm only 30 games over 500 in the NBA this year. No big deal. They're all cheapies. Every one of them's a cheapie. Jeremy doesn't know shit. He just keeps being right.
Nobody has ever said that you don't know stuff. It's just,
They clearly are the far superior team when Anthony Davis is on the floor. And now there's no AD.
Yeah.
So now they need Chris Paul to injure himself again.
Nope. Because Chris Paul looks perturbed.
He should be.
Game 4, Chris Paul was good, Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Second half, Chris Paul was really good.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. This series is in danger of flipping around to the house of the rising sun.
Oh, it's already there.
Far superior.
It's already there. I mean, with AD's injury and them not knowing if he's going to play tonight, probably not going to play tonight if I had to make a wager, the momentum is already on their side.
AD will not play this game.
Kevin Vick said, "Yeah, I appreciate my $10 turning into 80 on Monkey Knife Fight."
Yeah.
We'll ring your memorial bell, because last week I was on fire.
Jeremy Greene is on fire!
And I fully plan on continuing it today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just first round NBA basketball. I swear to you, there is nothing on planet Earth that's easier to pick than first round NBA basketball. And the second round comes around, and it's not as easy anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So explain your Nuggets, sir.
What, they had a bad game? We're not allowed to have a bad game? That not happen from time to time?
Championship
Was on the road. Just throwing that out there.
Mm-hmm.
We are playing an NBA game on the road.
Yeah.
And we might have looked at it and gone, we're just going to show up and beat your ass. And we didn't. And we didn't.
And he didn't.
That didn't happen.
Yeah.
That did not happen. I mean, it's a bad game. I don't have any more burning analysis than that.
What I'm looking for here is, like, where is the worry meter? Who's the most
For me?
Who's the most worried right now?
The Lakers.
It's got to be the Lakers.
Lakers are
100%.
100% the most worried. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that 100%. I don't think Denver's in any sort of trouble. I think
I don't either.
I do have a tendency now after Clippers beating Dallas twice at home and Luka's neck issues. That series could be a little bit more in danger than we expected it to be going into the weekend.
Yep.
We kind of both assume, or all three of us assumed that might be almost over, and it wasn't. But yeah, one thing I do know is that the Knicks are over. Thank you,
Hold
Julius
on, before we
Randle.
move on
We're
this,
not going to move on that.
let's play a fun game.
Oh,
All right.
I like fun games.
Guess the lines of the games tonight. We'll start with
I'm
the one
so
that
bad
makes
at
the
this.
most sense. Blazers at my 2021 NBA champion Denver Nuggets.
And this game
Nuggets.
is in Denver.
Nuggets -6.
Minus, is he on fire? Oh, Denver -3.
2.
That's it.
Ooh, I was closer than you.
Then we get the two fun ones. What's the line in the Celtics-Nets game?
Ooh, Nets -9.
You're too low.
Oh, wow, -13.
You're almost on. It's -12.5.
Wow.
Now, what's the line in Lakers-Suns?
This is in Los Angeles.
It's in Phoenix.
Oh, it's in Phoenix. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, in Phoenix. Yeah, this is going to be.
Lakers -1.
You were wrong at Lakers.
Yeah, Phoenix
Nice.
-3.
Phoenix -5.
Oh, wow.
No AD.
Yeah, it's gonna be 3-2 Phoenix.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting around waiting on one win to say that I was right.
After
'Cause it's just
conceding
gotta
that
be.
he was wrong, he's going to
Yeah, because they were hot garbage. But if you recall, what I said was, we'll know if this series is over 5 minutes into Game 4.
Yeah.
Anybody follow me on Twitter? What did I say?
Yeah.
This series is not over.
Yeah.
Because they showed up to fight.
Yeah, they sure
And
did.
then Anthony Davis's eyebrow hurt, and here we go.
His eyebrow.
Here we go.
I love
Been a lot of people who were in their feelings over the weekend.
Yeah. God.
I'm so sensitive to that too.
Yeah. You're so brave.
Oh, we'll get to that. Have no fear. Oh, have no fear. We're gonna get to that.
Yeah, that's the meat of the program here. Well, the Lakers and the Suns tied 2-2. You got the Nuggets and the Trailblazers tied 2-2. Both those game fives tonight.
Say it right.
I'm not doing it.
Then I'll do it. My 2021 NBA champion, Denver Nuggets.
You get one. You get one of those out of me.
Says the guy that fired off those cannons for 45 consecutive days.
See, I'm not doing it for his team.
Yeah, in fairness,
I did it for the first time.
In fairness, I didn't go full Gene Decker. I'll go, fire those cannons. By golly, put more powder in those things. Yeah, I didn't do that.
I mean, you're doing it with a fictitious championship. So if they ever get a championship, good Lord,
14.
watch out.
14 games away.
Exactly. That's exactly my point.
Mirroring. 14. Gotta go
14 games away.
Joel Embiid, how important is the injury to Joel Embiid?
Not important this series.
It's not important this series, I agree with you. Next series, however, it's going to be a problem. If we find out
Is it, though?
If we
Against
find out
Atlanta?
that it's an extended injury and he's going to miss time,
I still don't care.
you still don't care.
Not against Atlanta.
You think they're good enough to
I
beat
think
the
they
Hawks
will beat the dust off Atlanta.
without Joel Embiid?
In 5. I'll take it in 5. You tell me Joel Embiid doesn't play a second, I'll still take Philly in 5.
Huh.
They'll get one. Trae Young will get hot in one game in Atlanta. That'll be it.
Can I tell you how much
I'll still take Philly
how
in
muck
5.
I hate this Ice Tray bullshit nickname that they're giving Trae Young?
Ice Tray.
Yeah, it's Ice
Of
Tray.
course you do, Knicks fan.
Yeah, Ice Tray. Ice Tray. Should be like Rogaine. Should be his fucking nickname.
Wow. I mean, he's eat up with Trae Young's hairline.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking pathetic. Cut it all off, dude. Like,
Anybody have a mirror? We need a mirror for Mullet Man over here.
my hair is glorious. Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Don't do it.
Oh, no.
That's the worst part.
Oh, yeah.
That's the. Oh,
yeah. Oh. Look at that gloriousness.
yeah.
I
I'm with your girlfriend on this one.
just figured out what that reminds me of.
You just turned me off of all sexual activity for the foreseeable future.
I
We'll
just
see in the-
realized what Brian looks like.
What is that?
He looks like one of those mid-card former wrestlers that
Yeah.
does autograph signings at local civic centers.
Yes, exactly.
Have you ever met, what was the dude's name?
Scott
Virgil.
Norton.
Have you ever met Virgil?
Yeah, I sure have. I've met Virgil several times, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
You ever signed autographs next to him? What was your ring name?
The impenetrable blob. What was the guy's name from Billy Madison? Oh, the president, the principal that was the fucking wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember.
I can't fucking remember. Something blob. Oh, God. Lord, why can't I remember that? But yeah, I'm fat and I'm hairy and I got to get a haircut. And we all know.
The revolting blob.
The revolting blob. Yes, I am very revolting.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that hair's got to go. You can't criticize anyone's hair.
No.
Yeah.
You know who can?
Oh, God.
I can.
Oh, my God.
It's officially gotten long enough to go around my ears.
It's just
I put
The
it
hair
above
on
me
this
that-
set is just. We got no hair. We got
you got-
waterfall hair, and we got just whatever the fuck this mess
Yeah, we
is on top
got
of
the
my head.
dude, the mullet, and
Yeah.
Pongo Pygmaeus over here.
Penis.
Hey, wow, just straight to the phallus references.
You do look like a penis with its head cut off. Just like uncircumcised.
I want you to grow one line of hair right down the center.
That is awful. I just love that. That's your biggest knock on Trae Young is his hairline.
Oh yeah, it's horrible. Like I'm telling you, he looks like Fire Marshal Bill. Like after, like with those couple strands of hair. With his head, you got a bottle of water. In his head, you got a bottle of water fluid. Oh! Let me tell you something. But you know what?
Oh, dear God.
We digress. We digress.
So
here's the thing I want to talk. The Knicks.
Yeah.
They're bad.
yeah. Okay.
Everything that I said about the Knicks, I take back. They are a horrible, horrible team. Julius Randle has. I don't want to give him a max contract anymore.
Oh, you're gonna.
Yeah, we're going to, but I don't want to. He's folded like a fucking lawn chair on the side of a fucking beach house.
Can we admit the Derrick Rose thing? Like, there's a reason that he's been on 9 teams.
Derrick Rose is playing pretty well.
He was god awful.
Yeah, the whole fucking team was god awful.
No. He was god awful. He got torched by Trae Young.
Yeah, he did.
Just routinely. If you burnt a tray of pizza rolls as bad as Trae Young burnt Derrick Rose, you'd have burnt your house down.
Well, it looks like he's got burnt his hair off, so that's there you go. Here's the thing. For the best defensive team in the league, we can't guard a fucking pick and roll for the life of us.
Jonathan Welch may have just one comment of the day.
Oh my God.
He said our hair has 3 types: parted, unparted, and departed.
Oh.
That's
ding, 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 ding. And we have a winner.
God, that is phenomenal.
Good for you, Jonathan. Good for you.
Oh, God, Lord, give us a strike.
Fuck you, but good for
yeah,
you.
it's over with. I think the Knicks will probably win one more game. They'll win game 5, and then it'll be over.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I would agree with him.
Yeah, they're gonna. They'll go back to the Garden. The Garden energy will at least carry him one more game.
Yeah, but you're not going to have that same energy after you've gotten just.
I know, and I don't know. I think Trae Young going back there is just going to be like, oh, I can't wait to close you guys out in your home court and just fucking.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what he's going to do to him.
I don't even know what that was.
Is there going to be another weird fan interaction at the Garden?
I'm sure there will be.
Probably.
I'm sure there'll be some sort of fan because
probably there are idiots all over
assholes
the place.
have just decided to go out to the fucking fans like, hey, look at me! I'm gonna get myself on TikTok.
Yeah, and a wise man said, You do realize what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we make this big deal about Russell Westbrook gets popcorn pop. Oh, he was assaulted. No, the popcorn was assaulted. And what did you do? You put his face all over social media. And what did all the other idiots do? They were at their meeting of dumbassery. And they went, hey, I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy in Boston, as he's getting pulled away, is filming himself on his iPhone. Like, oh, I'm going to get 5 billion hits with this one.
Yep.
And that's what he did. But
I absolutely hate people that do things for social media.
Yeah.
That being said, follow all of our social medias at the Sportsocracy. We are trained professionals.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's when your seek for attention, your yearning for something, overcomes everything else, and you put other people in danger, or make them feel like they're in danger. Well, again, this is not a new thing with fans jumping onto courts and fields. It happens. It has happened all the time. The problem is you don't know what their intentions are, and I'm actually starting to side with Shannon Sharp. He said something Friday or maybe it was yesterday, that I thought was very illuminating. Let one of these dudes beat their ass one time. One time, and that's all it's going to take.
yeah, and that dude will never play another fucking second of his sport ever again. They'll literally ban him for lifetime. If we have anywhere in resemblance to the
What I'm
Malice
saying
of the
is,
Palace,
look,
those players involved will never play another game again.
You ever been at a wrestling event? You ever been at a wrestling event
Have I ever been to a wrestling event?
Have you ever been at a wrestling event where somebody jumps into the ring?
Yeah, they get the shit kicked out of them.
Yes.
And that's entertainment, world wrestling entertainment. That's a huge difference.
No, I don't think so.
It is a huge difference. Vince McMahon's not going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to ban you for lifetime because some jackass jumped in the middle of the field. A sports team will do that. They will say the guy will be suspended for a long, long time.
All right, I have to say this. I'd be remiss if I didn't. Kyrie Irving goes back to Boston, makes everything about how he's going to be treated by the fans.
Yep.
Nobody asked.
Yep.
Nobody. Then you do this.
Yep.
And you're shocked. Really? You're shocked. You're stunned. We're appalled. We can't believe. We're stunned that somebody would throw a water bottle at the guy that's traipsing all over the logo at midfield.
Like he went and actually wiped his shoe. Wiped his shoe on the face, and he was like,
You're stunned.
Yeah.
That you come into the Garden where you played and were a complete bum for them. After you've basically called the entire city racist, and then you wipe your feet on the logo and you're shocked somebody threw a water bottle at you.
Yep.
Really? Oh, fucking really? Let me tell you something, Kyrie, because nobody seems to ever want to tell Kyrie that he's a fucking stark raving lunatic.
Yeah.
I will. I'll say it. You want to be the bad guy coming from somebody that does this every day of my life. I love being the bad guy. I get more misspelled death threats than you can shake a stick at, and I'm a regional talk show host. You're Kyrie fucking Irving. What do you think you're going to get? You want to be the bad guy? You want to wear the gold chain? I do. Baby.
Oh, God.
Almighty.
That eagle is
Glorious.
is about to find a nest.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
I feel sad.
Listen, I agree 100%. I mean, he brought all this on himself, and then he goes out and he's doing it on purpose. He's inciting the fans to do this. By doing this, if he would not have said a single thing about going back to the Garden and talking about how they're going to be, hopefully they hold off on their racism, and then nothing happened really, and then he goes out and he steps on the logo knowing that it incites someone to do it. He's bringing it upon himself. He did it on purpose because he's just as much of a attention whore as the guys and the fucking fans who are doing it to them. Seriously, there's no doubt about it in my mind, and I get it. They're all idiots out there. Kevin Durant even said it. For one time, I actually kind of understood what Kevin Durant was saying. I actually liked what he said. He was saying, "Hey, I understand that you guys have been cooped up, but act like you know what you're doing. Would your mama be okay with you doing this kind of situation?" I actually kind of agreed with that because yes, don't act a damn fool for attention on social media. But none of this would happen if Kyrie didn't bring it onto himself. period. And I'm sorry, I have zero sympathy for him when he does this to bring it on to himself.
I don't like the victim game. The whole victim game that Kyrie's been playing, Russell Westbrook's been playing, I don't like it. And here's the thing. Just, look, let these things go away. Let them be handled behind closed doors, because what you're doing is you're inciting other people to do this.
Yeah.
Because what have we been talking about?
Say hello to the bad guy.
You have to let these things play out behind closed doors because it incites other people to do it. What have we been hearing on national talk shows for the last week since all of this has been coming out?
Ass kissing. That's what you're hearing. See, this is what drives people like me fucking insane. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. And let me just tell you, as somebody that has a little tiny sports show in a little tiny town in North Carolina, if you want to be the bad guy, that's fine. Just understand, it comes with some negative.
Yeah.
I've been cursed out at gas stations. I've had politicians tell me to kill myself. And I'm a little sports talk guy. That's it. You want to be the bad guy, more power to you. It's a lot more fun when there's a bad guy. But if you want to be the bad guy, don't be shocked when somebody chucks a water bottle at your head or tells you to go fuck yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't be shocked. It's the way it is. And nobody will say that because we have to kiss the ass of every entitled little athlete because all of their opinions matter. We love them. Well, you're so brave. You're so brave.
I've heard Colin Cowherd say it. I believe I heard it on Dan Patrick. I don't know if Dan Patrick actually said it or it was one of his cronies that said it. But what we need to do is we need to ban these people from everything. And we need to post their pictures on social media, and we need to get it out there. We need to, what do they call it? Ghosting's going through my mind, but where you expose everything about someone and put it out online. Doxing, yeah. We need to dox all these people. We need to make sure that everybody knows what a piece of shit they are. That's kind of what they want.
Yeah, that's the goal.
This is what
you're giving them what they want.
Right.
Because you're brandishing them everywhere.
Right.
That's what attention whores do. Did you not go to high school with one? Did you not accidentally marry two of them, or was that just me?
And listen, this LeBron James coming out. I demand to know the identity of this person. I need to know exactly who he is. For what reason, LeBron? What are you gonna do? Send a fucking hit squad after him? Like, shut your fucking mouth.
And
just shut up.
And here's the thing. I can wrap all of this together. I heard Jay Williams this morning, and I like Jay. I really do. But they've been cooped up from the pandemic. Okay, why is it not happening in baseball? Has it happened one time in baseball? Nope. Happened in soccer? Nope. Happened in any other sport, NASCAR, anything that's happened? No. There's one reason. Because you emboldened your fans by saying, we're going to wrap all this shit together, and our players can say whatever the hell they want to. Here's the thing about being political. Not everybody agrees with you. Sorry. Like Michael Jordan once famously said, Republicans buy shoes too. So, when you do this and you alienate yourself from half the fan base, and then you let anybody in the world buy tickets, don't be surprised when you piss somebody off.
Yeah.
And then you've got and you just let these guys say whatever the hell they want to. And so, yeah, there are some crazy people out there. And am I saying they're right? No. The guy that ran on the court in Washington last night got fucking Terry Tate off his linebacker. And I was here for it. I mean, just got destroyed. And that's how that should have gone.
Right.
For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Ban these people from the arena. Stop showing it. We didn't show a streaker on television for years.
Right.
Why? Because that's what you're after.
Yep.
And then we started the TikTok and all the bullshit. And look, we got the streaker on camera. And people would watch these little 30-second clips of some dipshit with a website brandished on his ass. And all of a sudden, look, we're doing it again.
Yeah.
Look, we're doing it again. Why? It's just like children. When children pitch a fit, what do? Ignore them. Because that's what they're after, is your attention. So if you don't give it to them, they'll stop. And I feel like it's really sad that somebody has to say that out loud.
Yeah. We're going to have to explain it to them real slow, as Jeremy likes to say, because they aren't very bright.
No, I mean, and here's the thing. What I can't wrap my head around is Who is it that people have done this to? I want you to look at the trajectory of these people. Russell Westbrook. He's about as likable as a hemorrhoid. Kyrie Irving makes Russell Westbrook look like Mother Teresa.
Yeah.
I mean, are you surprised? The most unlikable guys in the league, this is who people throw things at. Weird. And you're giving them the platform because this is all anybody's talking about. The games have been lost, and if you remember, when this Russell Westbrook shit happened, what did I say? You give these people the platform, and guess what? You just multiply them. That's it. Because stupid multiplies at a ridiculous rate. Stupid multiplies the same way rabbits do because they tend to fuck each other a lot.
Next time when that kid that just got thrown out of Boston's arena, when that video goes up on live on TikTok and it gets 500 million views, every asshole 21, 22, 19 to 25-year-old is going to do the same exact thing in every arena because he's going to get the views.
Because there's nothing better than trending on Twitter.
Exactly.
That's the new. That's like the new Medal of Honor. Is you trended on Twitter, and it doesn't matter if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
It doesn't give you a single cent of money.
Social media.
It doesn't give you a single cent of money. It's not like you're trending on because you're getting that. Like I would love for us to get trending on it for the damn PSA we did, or me freaking out against Kadarius Toney. That's all right because the more views we get, then it can help us make money. But they're not going to make any money. All they're getting is attention. I hate these people.
Which is what they all crave. That's what they all crave is attention. And it doesn't matter if it's good attention or bad attention. Attention is attention is attention. And you keep putting their faces out there, you keep focusing on this, you keep talking about this, it's going to continue to happen. That, to me, that's what the NBA is doing. And now they're spinning themselves into a reaction. Like now we have so many of these incidents and everybody's talking about it and the media's picked up all the stories on it and we're talking about it and Cowherd's talking about it and Dan Patrick's talking about it, and it's pretty soon the NBA is going to have to step in and do something. And they're going to force themselves into doing something that they don't want to do. And it's things like removing seats. It's things like, removing on-court seating like Jeremy was talking about last week. You don't have seats within 20 feet of the players. Good God, plexiglass.
I've always thought that they're just asking for trouble when you can have fans literally touch a player on the court. Like you're just asking for trouble, and then you're serving them alcohol. You're allowing these guys within a certain amount of distance to these players. You serve alcohol, and you add alcohol to idiocy, and what do you get? Real bad decision making. And it's just going to take one of these guys one time to put a hand on one of these guys.
And it's going to happen.
They turn around and they beat the living shit out of them, it's going to be this story. And you can just eliminate it by getting. And I agree with that 100%. There shouldn't be that close of access to somebody on the field or court or wherever they're playing. I mean, we've seen, it's not like these kind of things have not happened before. Christ, somebody ran on a fucking tennis court and stabbed somebody. And that wasn't that long ago.
That was 30 years ago. Yeah.
Well,
they didn't run on the court. They were in the crowd, and she leaned back. It was Monica.
Whatever. Still, somebody got fucking stabbed.
And you know what they did after that? All of a sudden, they don't sit that close to the stands anymore. Because they used to sit with their back to the crowd, and now they don't. I mean, these are all really easy fixes. You just have to want to fix it.
Yeah.
And see, the NBA, I don't think they want to fix it. I don't.
Really?
And you call me a conspiracy theorist all you want to. We spent 35 minutes on June 1st. June 1st, a big day. By the way, I'm going to break news in 30 seconds.
Okay.
And we've opened with nothing but NBA talk. Because, why? Not because of anything that happened in the games. Nobody gave a fuck what happened in the game. Nobody watched them. So how do you carve out your little spot of the niche market here? Fans. Call me a conspiracy theorist. Call me whatever you want.
You think the NBA is relishing all of this because they're leading?
No, I just don't. I think if you wanted to, I'm not saying they're relishing it. They know they're getting, it's just like you said. We're at a point in life where no publicity is bad publicity. And right now you're living rent-free in the sports media's head with bad rated basketball. With shit that nobody's watching. And if you wanted to fix it, you would have. But you don't. Because it's been happening for years. This is not a new thing.
Yeah, I mean,
we went for a year without fans, so it stopped when there was nobody in the building.
Right.
We have been talking about fans in Utah, fans in Boston, and the shit they yell forever.
Yeah.
This is not new.
Yeah.
There's nothing new here. It's just now it's being broadcast.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's the buzzword of the day.
And they'll hope that by this, people will watch the games just to see if somebody acts a fool, and they get more eyeballs on it. And they don't want to get rid of those seats because they cost so much damn money that the team makes a fortune off just those ringside seats, so to speak.
Yeah, it's definitely a revenue generator for the NBA. I just think that the way that they're leaning into this thing, they're forcing themselves into making decisions that they don't want to make. What's the breaking news?
Zach Ertz is going to be a Buffalo Bill.
Oh, just like Jeremy said.
And I think it'll happen tomorrow.
Okay.
Stephon Diggs just moved some money around, created about $8 million in cap space. Wonder how much old Zach Ertz cost.
$8 million?
Probably about $8 million. I wonder who said that about 3 months ago.
Hi.
That guy.
Hi, friends.
That guy. Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be a release or if he just signs out signs outright or a trade. I don't know. He's going to end up in Buffalo.
All right.
And by the way, today's June is that day.
Yep. Today's June 1. The post-June 1 moves, of course, will start being announced tomorrow as everything frees up. Teams are able to shift salary cap, dump it from, rather than taking the hit just this year, spreading it over this year and next year. So this is when we're going to find out where Julio Jones goes. That trade
Julio Jones is going to be dealt by the end of the week.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yep.
The Falcons have a minicamp next week. They have absolutely no interest in Julio Jones being there because they don't want to risk him getting hurt.
Yes.
And at June 1, you want to know how big a difference it makes? What would be the cap hit if they did something with Julio Jones today? Dead money would be what?
23?
23.
Yeah.
What is it tomorrow?
7.
For this year?
7.
Yeah. And the other, was it $16 million? Goes into next year.
Yeah.
When the cap goes.
Yep. It definitely makes things more palatable. There's no doubt that he will be moving on from Atlanta. Apparently, Seahawks are.
Who is the front runner?
Apparently, the Seahawks have been in talks with him. That's been all the news the last 2 days.
It's not true. This is what's fun to me about the way NFL media is done. Because a beat writer for Seattle says they had preliminary discussions. I'm sure a lot of people did.
Every team has had preliminary discussions about Julio Jones. Yeah.
First of all, draft capital. Seattle has none.
Yes.
The LA Rams. Do you know when the next first-round pick the LA Rams possess is?
4 Olympics from now.
2024. That's the next one they could actually do.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yes, that is what it would cost for Julio Jones.
It's going to be a number 1 for now, for sure.
No, I think it's more likely to be a 2, but if you're making somebody wait that long because they don't have any draft capital, then yeah, it'll be a 1. You asked me who's a front runner for Julio Jones. I don't buy New England. I never have.
Yeah.
I don't buy Seattle. This is a very Ramsey thing to do. But even I don't really buy that. Because you don't need him. You have a shit ton of players. The one that makes all the sense in the world is San Francisco.
It does.
That's the one I can't get away from just because it makes so much damn sense. Now, they're in the NFC, and I think they're going to have to pay a premium to get him. Could they do that? Absolutely. And then I look at their weapons and go, oh boy.
Yeah.
Got Julio as the 1, Debo as the 2, Ayuk out of the slot, and George Kittle. That looks awful swell for a young rookie to learn with.
Looks awful Super Bowl, if you ask me.
Looks good to me. Jonathan Welch said the Titans, for whatever fucking reason, the Titans are not super interested in Julio Jones.
It just
they made the call, but apparently they're way lower on compensation than anybody else is.
Yeah.
So, and some team has offered a 1. Now it might be a 1 that's in middle school right now, but somebody, for better or worse, has offered a 1.
Matthew Hoffman says the Jets should do it.
I don't buy it. The Jets have too many young players. There's too many things that don't make any sense. All right, you bring in Julio Jones is 32 years old. All right, so Denzel Mims goes to the 2. Now you got 2 slots in Crowder and Elijah Moore. Oh yeah, and Corey Davis.
Yeah.
Who you just paid big money for.
Yeah.
And Keelan Cole, who you paid reasonable money for. Does that make sense? I'm going to say I think it's the 49ers. If I had to pick another team,
Baltimore?
I don't buy Baltimore.
You've
invested too much draft capital in receivers. I don't buy it.
Yeah.
There's one team that I keep coming back to because it's something they would do, and they have money. Cleveland Browns.
And they don't. It's not that they don't have
2-year rental.
They could give up a one next year for Julio, and it'd be like we're going all in. You know, it just would hurt. I think money wise down the road a little bit, wouldn't it? Or would this just be basically a 1 or 2 year rental?
I mean, but
so
this
to speak?
team's going to have tough decisions to make down the road. Anyway.
Yeah.
Who?
Cleveland.
Yeah, but you just view them as a rental. I mean, this is because here's the thing: if you trade for Julio, none of the bonus money sticks to you.
Yeah.
So there's no stink. If this doesn't work, he gets hurt. You can cut him outright in a year.
Yeah.
You can cut him outright in an hour if you want to. But
Right.
Obviously, you wouldn't do that. It's going to be one of these teams that's making a hard press for this year. The Browns make sense. The 49ers make sense.
Yeah.
There are a few others, but Arizona's another one. Robert Johnson just said that in the comments.
Yeah.
I've heard Arizona a lot of times.
Me too, and that surprised me just because it seems like their fucking wide receiver core is like 400 deep.
It doesn't mean because they made it very clear what they're trying to do. They're going to just outscore you.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
And they improved a defense that was pretty rough last year. I mean, how much is the defense improved? I mean, J.J. Watt is a little bit older, but he's got a couple years left. But you put him and Chandler Jones. You did get Zaven Collins, who I think is a tackling machine. But you did lose Patrick Peterson, who was at least an anchor or a somebody that held the team together. He was a veteran who was, that was Jesus Christ. That's what I was trying to say. Wow, wrong. But yeah, I mean, I see them improving defensively. But you're right, they could but it seems like God, they got so many people. Would it be like somewhere where they traded like Christian Kirk back to Atlanta? Like
Christian Kirk in a 2 is what I've heard.
Is what you
regularly.
And I would love that as a Christian Kirk fantasy owner. But
speaking of fantasy, we need to do a fantasy football league on this show.
Yes.
I want to opine that we do a Dynasty fantasy football.
14 team.
I was thinking 16.
Ooh, 16. Oh, that gets juicy.
Spicy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I'm in. I'm agree with that. And we do a live draft and have a fun with it. From here.
Everybody, that would be one of the mandates is that you would have to be here for the draft.
Yeah.
Because we're going to make content out of the draft.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hilarious.
I know Jonathan Welch is in.
100%. Stephen Tao said he's in. Michael Whiteside's all the way in.
I mean,
full point PPR. Patrick Holt.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Patrick Holt says he's in. Armchair Commentary said full point PPR. 100%.
Yeah.
I don't play non-PPR.
No doubt.
And no one else should.
But we're not going to play like 400 points for this and 400 points for that kind of bullshit.
Well, we got to come up with an idea that we can get more than 6, because we have more than 16 people to watch this show.
Yeah.
So we want this to be as all-inclusive as we can. So if anybody comes up with an idea, I'm a pretty good idea guy.
I mean, we might have to team up. Maybe team up if we have that many people.
A team-up idea does not suck.
Yeah. And we kind of have like a rank where we just draw them out of a hat. We have a drawing for the players or who's going to be on each team.
And where we have to
don't write yourself out
blindly
yet.
team up people together?
Where we
Patrick Holt and Jonathan Welch would end up managing a team together?
Managing a team together.
Oh, that's an interesting idea.
And we could have it could be
but then we have it. We're only one team. Because we're all together.
Like the Sportsocracy team, and then you guys get to. It depends on how many.
Michael Whiteside said owner GM.
Yeah. And then we basically, this would depend on how many people we could get here.
Okay.
Like, we see how many people come in, and then we decide to make that a thing at that point.
Yeah, but we got to
I like how this is rolling.
I have an idea. We pair, every team has somebody here and somebody that's not here.
Yeah. Yep.
Every team has an owner and a GM. One of them is Asheville here, so they can be here for the content. The rest of you come in on Zoom because there's a lot of you that don't live here.
Yes.
And I have seen several of you in the comments.
Yeah. And it just was like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. In the comments, tell me what you think about that.
Yeah.
Shay Price said the Titans will be getting Julio Jones. They should. I 100% agree with you. Unfortunately, everything I've heard out of Tennessee has said they are not interested at the current price.
But you know how that goes. Sometimes they say
John
that
Robinson,
just shit.
it tends to not.
Yeah.
When they say they're out, they tend to be out.
Mm-hmm. And welcome to the program, Shay. I haven't seen
That's
you before.
a new name. Welcome, Shay.
Welcome to the joint, dude.
We're like a great big AA meeting. So we welcome people in.
Hi. I'm Brian Haynes, and I'm a delusional fan syndrome.
And I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah. Also.
Oh, nobody asked.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. To put a cap on the Julio Jones thing, that is going to happen this week. And regardless of where he goes, we know two things. We know the team that will be in the hunt for him, it feels like they're one move away.
Yeah.
And for Julio, he's not going to consider going anywhere other than where they're one player away.
But that's silly because there's 14, 15 teams that he could. That's a lot of teams he could go to that make a difference. You're making it sound like there's only a list of 5 or 6. There's.
Oh, I think fully in his mind, there's only 5 or 6 that he could go to.
Julio?
Yeah.
No.
You don't think so? You don't
I
think
love
he's
this narrative that people keep, they love Julio. They'll make sure they put him in a situation where he can succeed. I got news for you. If somebody offers a 1, Robert Johnson asked in the comments, do I think Atlanta's making that up? Yes. Yes, I do. I think that was, what is the line that I say all the time?
Oh, yeah.
When shit gets leaked, who wants you to know that?
Yep.
And
the Atlanta Falcons make the most sense.
Does he have a no trade?
No. There's only 9 players in the NFL that have a no trade.
Wow.
7 of them are quarterbacks, and one of them's Laurent Duvernay.
So you can go wherever the fuck they want him to go.
I would love to. I want his agent.
But I think what they're going to do is they're going to send him to a place where he can be successful.
That's adorable that you think that's how this is going to work. If the Jacksonville Jaguars called and offered a conditional 1, his ass would be on a flight to Jacksonville as quick as they could get him there.
I don't believe they would do that, though.
Again, I didn't say that they would.
Right.
I'm saying that's not how the NFL works. Our objective is not to find you the best spot for you to go. The Matthew Stafford thing. Everybody made a big deal about, Detroit loved Matthew Stafford and they took less for Stafford. They took slightly less. They still got 2 1s. Carolina offered 8. They still got 2 1s. 2 is more than 1. And they would have gotten 8 in this draft class where they picked right in front of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this team doesn't want to be good quickly. This is a long rebuild. So they're doing it the way they wanted to. Now, in terms of who could wind up with Julio, I think there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Armchair Commentary is giving out DraftKings showdown advice
Anyway.
For hockey, and,
Nice.
I love it.
For hockey?
I don't know who Dougie Hamilton is, but apparently he needs to be on your roster tonight.
Book it.
All right.
If Armchair Commentary is telling you to do it.
I got news for you. If he says things about hockey, it's kind of like me with golf. You should probably listen.
Yep. Ding,
Speaking
ding, ding,
of
ding,
which,
ding.
Yeah.
5 out of 6 ain't bad. I had one turd in my lineup this past weekend.
In your DFS.
Just a big old poop.
A big, huge
Just a
pile
big
of
old
dookie poop. Right in the middle of his perfect lineup.
What are you even talking about right now?
Draft
The Charles Schwab.
DFS.
The golf.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I had 5 in the top 20 and then one big old turd burger.
Well,
A turd sandwich.
that's typically how that goes. I
Yeah.
mean, if your lineup's not complete dog shit, you're that one guy away from being in the money.
Right.
At least that's the way it goes for me.
Yeah.
Hey, we're playing at the Memorial this week. Might need a DraftKings group for that.
Okay.
Might need to put one out for that.
Well, while we're talking about niche sports, tennis. Naomi Osaka says she's suffering from depression and she gets very anxious answering questions from the media, and she doesn't want to do it anymore. Basically, she had to withdraw from the French Open because they said no. If you're going to be in our event, you have to make yourself available to the media. Now all of the other majors are following suit and apparently saying if she's not going to talk to the media, she's not going to be at our events.
That's how this works in sports.
I agree.
I mean, look, I understand how big of a deal mental health is, and I hope she gets the help and the things that she needs. the end of the day, if you're not going to talk, you don't do these tournaments any good.
Yep.
Somebody in the media posted this. It was Clay Travis, one of my favorites, and the new replacement for Rush Limbaugh. What happens if? All right, let's say they let her do this. You don't think Kyrie Irving's going to follow suit? Mm-hmm. You don't think all kinds of guys are going to follow suit? And then none of us have jobs. Because if the athletes won't talk, then it's just a lot of our opinions. Mm-hmm. It doesn't work that way. That's not how sports works. You might want it to, and it might be warm and fuzzy, and we could all hold hands and sing Kumbaya. Sorry. This is my opinion as a member, one of the credentialed members of the media sitting at this table. If you can't talk to the media, that's part of the job. Mm-hmm. That's part of it. It's as much, her ability to talk to the media is as much part of the job as it is to hit a fucking backhand.
Yep.
It is. Because if you can't talk to the media, you don't do the sponsors any good. Mm-hmm. You don't do the sport any good. And this is already a sport that is hemorrhaged for fans. So, I mean, that's just the way it is. Maybe that's insensitive. I'm not gonna go full Skip Bayless and say that, she's weak-minded. That's not what I'm trying to say.
Did he say that?
He said that about Dak Prescott.
Oh, God. I forgot about that.
Look, mental issues. Do I like the way she handled this? No, I don't. Because it felt like she was laying the groundwork for this very early on. Mm-hmm. And the thing that really irritated me was answering the same question over and over again. That's part of it. Mm-hmm. That's just how this works. It's how sports has worked for 100 years. And it's how it's going to work for 100 more. Mm-hmm. It just is. I mean, that's part of the game.
It seems
you
like...
signed a contract to be the face of all of these sponsors. All of these people that have poured money into you, whoever it is, whatever bank you're represented by, whatever clothing brand you're represented by, that's part of the deal. And I have sympathy for it because I live with somebody who has depression and suffers from this greatly. And when you're dealing with somebody who, is depressed all the time and doesn't want to be out in front of people, I get it. You can't have this job. You just can't. It can't because it's such a big part of it. We get that you're great at what you do. And we get that you love doing this. But being a shill for the sponsors is part of it. Well, I mean, and also when you go to these events, they have to have you. They have to have you there front and center holding the trophy and all. It all goes into it. It's all FaceTime for the advertisers.
This is what nobody wants to say because, the woke media will just crucify you on a fucking skewer. It's part of it. Mm-hmm. If you can't talk in public, you probably can't be the president of the United States. Mm-hmm. That's the way it works. That's part of the job.
Yeah, we've already seen that.
Yeah, with Grandpa Joe. You're right. We're seeing it bear out right now.
I just had to throw that in there.
Oh, I know what you were trying to do. Always remember, come at the king, you best not miss.
Hey, listen. I understand all of what you guys are saying, 100%. Mm-hmm. There needs to possibly be an understanding where they can come to some sort of agreement, as opposed to just it being on her side. She shouldn't just be quitting and walking off the court. These guys shouldn't be just full-on press on it. This maybe is a start to something that we can have some sort of agreement to work towards something, because it is an issue. I think that there's something that can be said about that. There's people out there that are telling her to just quit tennis. Just quit the thing that you've done your whole entire life because of this. That's not the answer to this. The answer to this is starting a conversation about how can we merge these together? How can we work on this together?
The answer is...
There's not one. The answer is very simple. There's not one.
So you're just saying she should just quit and she should never play tennis ever again in her whole entire life?
She can play tennis any way she wants to. Mm-hmm. If you want to be the number 2 player in the world and you want to be a major champion and you want to be all of these things, you have to talk to the media. Mm-hmm. There's no way around it. Because if you do it for one, you're going to have to do it for everybody. We know we're irritating. We get that. We 100% understand that. Do you realize how much content there is? 24-hour sports networks, 5 billion shows like the one we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Not many as good as ours.
No, not at all.
That's the way this works. Mm-hmm. That's part of the social contract.
Right.
There's a reason every league mandates media time. There's a reason, because if we lose interest in you, all right, let me ask you a question. Let's say she wins this tournament, but she refuses to talk to the media. So we see a picture of her holding up the cup, and then she goes home. How much attention do you think it's going to get?
Not a lot.
It's not going to get much in the first damn place. There's a reason that the French said nope, because they saw this coming.
Yeah.
She's not good on clay. She was probably going to lose anyway.
Yeah.
And just straight up, she's never made it out of the third round of this tournament. So, this is, to me, it's much ado about nothing. The way Stephen Tao just said it, if you're allergic to dog hair, don't be a dog walker.
Yep.
There's merit to that.
I'm not saying that she shouldn't talk to the media. I'm saying there needs to be but
what's the understanding? So that's the thing.
So is it the situation where, okay, say Naomi Osaka wins the French Open. You're saying there needs to be an agreement of how to handle the press afterwards so she doesn't feel attacked or anxious or anything like.
I don't know that there's an answer. I don't think that she should not talk at all, but I don't think that she should just. It should be. There's got to be a middle ground for this. That's all I'm saying is that you can't just tell someone, hey, you've worked your lifetime to get to this point, because you can't do this. You have to be able to talk. I get that. I'm not saying that she's not.
She doesn't want to talk.
Okay.
At all.
If she's in a position where it's her final draw position is, I'm not going to talk to the media ever, 100%, then she shouldn't be playing.
There's a solution to this. There's a solution to this. The Americans won't stop her from doing this. So if she wants to play in the U.S. Open and the high, they're not majors, I don't remember what they call them.
Grand Slam event.
No, because all the other Grand Slam, you're missing my point. The U.S. Open's the only one on American soil.
Yeah.
So the U.S. Tennis Federation will not make her talk. I promise you. The French, the Australians, and the British will. That's Wimbledon, the French Open, and the Australian Open.
Yeah.
So that's 3 of the 4 majors. If you don't want to talk there, they're gonna make you. Period. This is because you got to understand these majors over there. It's not like they're Super Bowl,
right?
But it's much more popular than it is here.
It's a lot
so
bigger.
You can't have a champion that just says, nope, I'm not going to talk.
Right.
And the way she did it rubbed them the wrong way. She didn't come to them. She did a press conference saying, I don't want to talk to you anymore, and then walked away.
Right. And I agree, that was not the way to handle this. She needs to move
after
forward.
she wins, would they allow her to do like a written statement afterward?
Again,
like
but how does that work? You're just going to it.
That's what I'm saying.
Again, you're going to an extreme, like, oh, this happened, so this is what's going to happen. It's not that.
So what's the solution?
We have to figure out a way to be able to. She has to be able to figure out a way to talk at some point.
And here's what you have to understand. All of these things that you're saying, we have to figure out for her. As soon as you do it for one, rest assured you're going to have to do it for the rest.
Okay.
Because nobody loves talking to us. We're fully aware of that. It's a necessary evil. It's part of it. That's the reason that after every game highlight, when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play football, there's a reason that as soon as it's over, you're going to hear from Tom Brady, Bruce Arians, and somebody from the defense, or Chris Godwin, or there's a reason. Because fans want to see that. That's part of their viewership, their eyeballs, their dollars, their all that.
Let me ask you a question. Has she done this before?
Yes.
Okay. Where has she left a tournament before?
Because she never left a tournament. No, this is new.
Okay.
She's had issues with the media.
Okay.
And I get it. Okay. I don't know what the solution is, and I'm not trying to diminish your mental health issues at all. No. I don't want you to do something you don't want to do. Just understand this is a give and take.
Right.
If you want to be the number 2 player in the world, you want to play in the Grand Slams, you want to be that player, you're going to have to figure out how to talk to the media.
Well, I get that, and that's what I'm saying. There needs to be some sort of. She can't just walk out of a tournament with this. But at the same time, what do we need to do? What can you get to be able to do these kind of things?
Mental health evaluation.
Okay, yeah.
Mental health
and
therapy.
Again, but it's not. But we were just talking about going to extremes where walk off the court, don't play tennis anymore if you can't do this.
And that's a stupid way to go.
No, she has to find a way to deal with it.
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry. If this is the job you want, you have to rise to the occasion and meet the requirements
or
of your
you
job.
can play on one of these lower tours. You can go play with Andy Roddick, and I don't remember what that tour's called. You'll still make money.
Yeah.
You'll still do just fine, and you don't have there's no media availability.
Yep.
Here's the thing. Here's what we have to stop doing, because it's a slippery slope, and we've done this. All right, I'll give you a prime example, and 3 or 4 people have said it in the have said it in the comments. Marshawn Lynch paid fines constantly.
Yep.
Because he didn't want to talk. Yep. Cool. They'll let her do that on American soil. As soon as you get away from America, see, here's the thing. This is what's always comical to me about how people take the American media. Like, we're all so evil. Go to any other country. Anyone. I don't care which one. Canada, armchair commentary would have to would have to vouch for that. I don't know much about the Canadian media. I know a good deal about the media in the UK. I know a good deal about the media in France. If you don't talk, they're done with you. And this tournament made it very clear because they basically said she left to keep from getting disqualified. Because they basically said, if you don't talk, we will disqualify you.
Right.
So if you think we're big and bad and evil, you should have to deal with some of these other countries.
Right.
Because in some of them, just straight up, it's our way or the highway. It's just the way it is. And I know that sounds like there are solutions. Here's not a solution. We're going to make a special exception for you.
Right, I agree with that 100%.
Because then the whole industry comes tumbling out.
Right, and I 100% agree with that. I just don't think it's that. My only thing about saying this is it seems like a lot of people are basically telling her, then just quit tennis.
And nobody with a brain is saying
Yeah.
that. See, that's what Twitter will do. You wind up with and it's the reason that you read the comments of Twitter, and somebody posted comments in a Barstool Sports article on Twitter, and that started to trend yesterday. And what I said was, what do you expect people to say? We can't make exceptions for everything. There are things. All right. I'm not trying to compare these two things. She has mental health things.
Yep.
There's a lot of people that have all kinds of issues that preclude them from being tennis stars. You know what they don't have? The talent, because they never did it. You know, she has this issue. I get it, and she's got to figure out a way to deal with that and make her living.
Right.
I can tell you what it's not going to be. It's not going to be going to a tournament that stood for 100 some odd years and saying, I'm different, I'm special, you have to make special rules.
100%.
Because they're not gonna.
Yeah.
And guess what? If you do this at Wimbledon, I'll promise you the same thing's going to happen.
Oh, 100%
If
it
you
will.
do this at the Australian Open, I promise you the same thing's going to happen.
And I think the sources are already telling us that that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
If she refuses to talk at any of these events, they're not going to let her participate.
No. Right.
And I can't fault them for that.
No, and that's the thing. You have to understand how much money goes into these events.
Right.
You can't, and the problem is, and I keep going back to this, if you do this for one person, all of the rest of them are going to go,
Exactly.
I want that.
Yeah,
I want that. I don't want to talk to them.
Yeah.
We know it. It's not lost on us. You've been in the media longer than I have. We know that you don't want to talk to us.
Well,
It's
yeah.
a necessary evil. And I'm going to be really honest with you, and here's something that might get me in trouble with media members. We don't love talking to you either, if we're being really honest. Because 9 times out of 10, the interviews aren't great. That's the reason that people that are good interviews get so much attention. Just like Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was a shit interview for, 15 years?
Yeah.
Then he goes on the Pat McAfee show, and all of a sudden he's the best thing since sliced toast.
Yeah.
He's the best thing on sports talk for months.
Yeah.
Why does he keep doing it? Because he has a rapport with Pat. You think about Pat. Pat was a punter in the NFL. He was an awesome interview. He always was. Because he was just a dude. And so that gave him a career outside of sport.
Yeah.
You have to find your niche. Now, what I said in terms of if you don't want to talk to the media, the American media does not care about talking to you. I promise you that. You can play in the U.S. Open until Kingdom Come. You will pay a fine, and they will let you play. I promise you. And you can play on the the WTA tour. My wife played tennis in college, so I'm pretty knowledgeable about tennis.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it because, well, nobody cares in large part in this country. I know a good deal about tennis. In America, they'll just let you play because nobody cares. And you can go ring up your endorsement money and do whatever you want to do. But you can have it both ways.
Right. I mean, it's not that big of a deal in this country. I mean, me personally, am I going to be affected if I never hear Naomi Osaka talk again? No. I don't care. I don't need to hear that. But that's part of your sport. It's part of your job. And people want to, I'm really tired of seeing people trying to tie this back into the NBA thing.
Yeah.
With this is just fans believing that they have some part ownership of these players.
No, I
and
don't agree with that.
All of their access, is the more important thing. I don't agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that this is. I don't think you can go that far with this.
Yeah.
There is some level of access that is expected to all athletes. We've had it forever. And if you're dealing with depression and you don't want to talk, I didn't blame Marshawn Lynch when he did his little stint, I don't even want to call it a stunt. I almost called it a stunt. When he went through that, I didn't have any problem with it because it was a talking point. It was more important. But if the NFL had come down and said, you know what, it's time. Either you're going to talk or you're not going to play anymore. I wouldn't have had a problem with that either.
Do you remember Royce White?
Yes.
Barely.
Royce White was a forward that was drafted to the Houston Rockets. He bounced around the NBA. He was the 16th pick in the draft.
Yeah.
He went to. He started at Minnesota, then wound up at Iowa State. He was just outside the lottery. He had crushing social anxiety. He did not like people looking at him.
He couldn't fly on planes. He couldn't do anything.
They had to bus him to games.
Yeah.
And the Houston Rockets did that for a period of time. He couldn't deal with it. And what happened? He fell out of the league. He's tried everything in his power. Does it suck? Absolutely. Do I hate it? Absolutely. I loved watching him play.
Yeah.
This was a guy that I was super excited to watch in the NBA. He had crushing social anxiety.
Yeah. It killed him.
Took all kind. It didn't kill him. He's still alive.
Well, no, I mean, it just.
It ended his
Killed
career.
his career.
Yeah.
And it's very unfortunate. I don't know that there's a solution to it, though. I don't. And this is something that I feel like in this country we have to, you got to wrap your hands around. There's not a solution to every problem. There's not. So you can hop on your social bandwagon and say that you want all of these things. I'm going to say a line that I've said 4 times on this show already. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And so if you start acquiescing to everybody that has social anxiety, I got news for you. Have more people with social anxiety because they don't want to talk to us.
Right.
And we know that. It's a necessary evil. It's part of the business. It is what it is. And I hope she gets the treatment and the help she needs.
Yep.
And I hope she's okay. And I hope she leads a long, wonderful, luxurious, wealthy life. But it ain't going to be doing what you did over the weekend.
No.
It's not. And I mean, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you the same thing that I tell my children. I don't embrace problems. I embrace solutions. If you tell me what the solution is, we can work with you.
Yeah.
Royce White, they tried everything in their power.
Exactly.
It didn't matter. The minute he got on the floor, it was just debilitating to him. And so there was no solution. And he has done tours. He has done speaking engagements. He has done a lot of things that he's uncomfortable with to get the word out about this. The problem is, and he has admitted this on more than one occasion, there's not a solution to it.
Yeah.
If you're going to be the face of a franchise, you're going to have to talk, and I cannot do that.
Yep.
And that's why he's no longer in the league.
Yep.
So sometimes you just have to look at something and go, that's a problem without a solution. To do it the way that you're wanting to do it.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. The NFL's looking at adding more games already. Apparently there's a report this morning that they're considering the 18-game schedule perhaps as early as 2025. Anybody opposed to this? No.
I mean, would it be that they would end up having 2 buys during
course
the
they
year?
would.
Yeah, because
I'm surprised they don't already.
I thought that was part of what would happen with the 17, but 18. I mean, I don't know. I feel like the more and more of the what do we talk about with all of these sports? We talk about how there's too many games. There's too many games. There's too many games. I feel like we're starting to get into that point with the NFL where, well, here's a little bit of what I'm going to say. You're gonna have more injuries. It's gonna happen.
Of course.
And then what happens when you get down to the playoffs and you have the B squad on each team because the freaking quarterback got hurt or this, you know what I'm saying? Are you possibly going towards a way where you're starting to diminish what the game was beforehand? I'm all about more games. I love football. I want to watch it. I'm afraid if we keep going down this path and they continue, where's the end result?
They're never going to do 18.
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
You don't think so?
I don't buy it.
Good.
I mean, now 18 fixes a problem, and And eventually they might do 18 with 2 preseason games. That's where I thought we were going to get anyway.
Yep.
And if it's, I want it to stay at 20 games with preseason, with regular
Super
season.
Bowl, yeah.
But I'll be honest with you, I've never understood why we had 4 preseason games. I don't understand why we have 3 now.
Yeah.
And I will say 17 leaves the unbalanced schedule, home and aways, all kinds of shit, makes the schedule way harder.
Yeah.
Do I want it? No, not really. I don't think we need an extra game. But, I mean, it is what it is.
I do. I want it. I want more games.
Well,
I want more games that matter. When you have, and here's the thing, go down to 2 preseason games. You go down to 2 preseason games, you go to 2 bye weeks.
And I can see that.
You give
That's
them,
the only way the NFLPA is going to agree.
And I
Of
could do
course.
that. And I
You
want
have
to
to give
be
them the
so
extra
upset with
rest.
that. And I don't like the fact, like Jeremy said, with the off-balance schedule, I don't like it where you can end up under, like, there's no 500. That kind of, for some reason, as just a, I don't know, as a sports
Now, see, I kind of
purist,
like that. I kind of like that.
I don't.
Either you're a losing team or you're a winning team.
See, I kind of like that because it's always been kind of a benchmark for our team, so to speak. Is are
Is it
you
just
above?
because your
Are you
Giants have
above
been
500
800 all the time or 500 all the time?
Oh, Nelly.
Shit, they hadn't seen 500 in years. God, 500.
I mean, between you guys and the Dallas Cowboys, I think you account for half of all of the 500 seasons in the NFL.
4 Super Bowls. Kiss my ass.
Since 1912.
Hey, how many Giants fans does it take to change a light bulb? 3. One to hold the ladder, one to climb it, and the other one has to talk about how great the old light bulb was.
He ain't wrong.
I'm not
He
wrong.
ain't wrong at all.
Says the Jets fan.
Oh, my God. I didn't actually realize how bad it was.
What?
Do you realize they've had 1 winning season in 8 years?
Yes, I know. And we weren't very great on the DZ years. We won the actual Super Bowl.
Exactly.
They've made the playoffs 1 time in a decade.
Yeah, I know we have. Thanks.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. See,
Shit.
but he wants that.
See,
he
you earned
he
this
wants
for
to
that
be able to
Super
be
Bowl
mediocre
bullshit.
and go, well, I mean, you know, we didn't have a losing record. You didn't have a winning record.
That's
yeah,
not-
but I mean, we're
It has zero to do with what I think about the Giants. It has more to do with I like to have a thing where it's like, are you above 500 or below 500? Are you at 500?
and you still have that.
Yeah,
Or are you
Or
at
under.
500? I like that little benchmark that we have.
You like to be able to reward mediocrity. is
I
what you're
don't
saying.
saying you're going to reward.
that.
Oh boy.
You want that little, just that little caveat. So if you have an 8 and 18,
Before the show today, Jeremy was talking about how he was going to try to get me to blow my top. Never in my wildest dreams did I think it was going to be this asshole next to me.
In fairness, I said I was going to piss him off by saying woke liberal media repeatedly.
Ugh.
That's one.
are you going to?
The woke liberal media.
So you would celebrate a 9 and 9 season
I'm not
more than an 8 and 9
Jesus
season?
fucking Christ,
Is
I'm a
that-
cracker. I'm not celebrating anything. I just like looking at it and seeing what it advertises. What's wrong with that?
He just enjoys the even numbers. That's all it is. Just even numbers. Holy cow! And then
He even brought us lunch today. You should be really careful eating that.
yeah, I'm gonna be.
Yeah. Because
He's gonna give me the parts that
With
still
the
have the
aluminum
aluminum foil
foil on
stuck
it.
on top.
Yeah,
Here, go put this in the microwave tank.
Yeah,
and
put
stand
your-
right in
next
front of
slide.
it.
Yeah. I want you to just hold the microwave to make sure it's working.
That's okay.
Oh man, it is Tuesday though. It is June 1st. We'll have more coming out in the NFL, more news, more rumors as all of the salary cap moves get made over the next day or two.
If you're interested in our Dynasty Fantasy League idea, follow me on Twitter at JGreenESPN and shoot me a message saying I'm in.
Yep.
I need to collect how many people will actually be in for this.
Yes.
I'll post something on the Facebook page as well.
It'll be really
I think
fun.
we're going to do 3 per team.
Okay.
So we'd have an owner, a GM, and a head coach, and we can allocate that in fun ways.
Yeah.
All right.
I see some very nice. Whoa.
All right. Be sure to hit us up on social media for that. Hit him up at JGreenESPN. Don't forget to check out the Patreon
Oh,
as
and if
well.
you want to send me a message, you do have to follow me, solely because it's.
Oh, you had to weed people out? Is that-
Well, I got tired of people that couldn't understand that the F word had a C in it. You get told to do all these fooking things to yourself, and you just get tired of it.
Don't forget to check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/thesportsocracy. Different levels of support that you can give to the program here, and lots of extras for the more you spend. Help us keep this thing going, keep this dream alive. Patreon.com/thesportsocracy.
And we're really going to be cranking that up this week.
Yep.
There's only one payment between now and August 1st, so we can figure everything out. It was paused for today. If you join in, it's still just one payment until August 1st.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Don't forget to check us out this afternoon as well on ESPN Asheville. Heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app and locally on 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. The Sports Tank with Jeremy Greene every weekday afternoon from 3 to 5. We'll see you right back here in the Wicked Weed studio tomorrow morning at 9-ish. We'll see you then.
Thank you.